welcome back to the next video in our Hardcore Ironman quest series. This time we are going to be taking on Rune Mysteries. The quest starts in the Wizard's Tower, which is just a little way south of Draenor Village, so you can either teleport to the Draenor Village lodestone and run from there, or if you've got a Wicked Hood already, you can use that to teleport directly to the tower. Once you're there, go and talk to Ariane outside, just in the entrance, and that will trigger this little cutscene of Wizard Boran getting incredibly scared of a little wisp and running away and hiding behind some bookcases. We, of course, are going to run in the nick of time to save the day, like the heroes that we are. Ariane will get yeasted out, leaving us to do it all ourselves, becoming a little bit of a theme here. You know, she at least doesn't have a choice in the matter. She's not just backing out for the sake of it like Xenia. But anyway. Run forwards, grab the Tower Mind Spike that is lying on the floor over here, and use it to attack the magical vortex. It will be drawn towards you, and your aim is just to get it into the power beam in the centre. So just position yourself on the other side of the beam and keep attacking the vortex. Move around a little bit if you need to, and the vortex will be drawn into the beam. Tower Mind Spike, incidentally, also a very nice early magic weapon. If you haven't got Caitlyn's staff, it does very much the same job. Once you've resolved all that, go and head back outside the tower. Ariane will be standing on the bridge over here and wants you to head in and do a little bit of investigation. This next part of the quest can be as long or short as you want it to, depending on how many wizards you want to chat to. But the important one is Wizard Trayborn, who is up here on the 3rd floor.
We'll tell you a little bit about what's in the power beam, yes, which is very important information that we need.
You can also talk to Wizard Elrond, also up here, Ariane's old mentor. If you want to chat to any of the other wizards that are around, they will all have their own advice and things to say on what has just happened. But the important thing we need is Trayborn's information. Once we go and relay it to Ariane, she'll start talking about the old tower, the Wizard's Tower that existed before this current one was built and is still around in a ruined form, which we'll be heading into in a little bit. In order to head in, though, we need a little bit more information first of all, so we're going to go back and speak to Wizard Elrond. He, of course, won't be going contrary to Archmage Cedridor's wishes, and definitely won't help us get into the old tower, but, he will give you enough information that you can figure the next bit out for yourself, via an admittedly slightly contrived puzzle, which the quest developers apparently felt the need to put in. It's also, not particularly difficult, so we're just going to breeze through it quickly here. But the idea centres around this kind of strange connection between the runes of magic and the notes of the chromatic scale. You go and grab a book from the bookcase on the east side, as we saw just there, and then head over to play the organ, ignoring Wizard Boran's complaints that the lower registers will distract Archmage Cedridor. Spoiler alert. Then play the most boring tune ever devised, consisting of you hitting B repeatedly and nothing else. Yes, so actually varies a little bit more at the end, but still not particularly exciting. But anyway, we don't need to stay at the organ for too long, because once we've hit all the notes in, we will get the key, and we can leave the organ behind for the time being and head back to Ariane outside. With the key, we can head into the old tower, the entrance to which is over on the east side of this little peninsula that the Wizard's Tower is located on, or island I guess, there is a bridge over to it. So just head over there and through the door, and you'll find your way down into these ruins. Of interest here, there are a couple of material caches for archaeology, which I'm sure we will be visiting at some point later on in this account. But for the time being, the point of interest for this quest is the rune golem who is guarding the door over here. He'll give you a little test to determine which of the 4 wizarding orders would be most appropriate for you, which, as I'm sure you'll have encountered similar things in other video games. You answer a series of questions, and the way you respond to each of the scenarios presented determines which wizarding order you would best fit in. If you select options such that you're balanced between 2 or more wizarding orders, then he will give you a choice at the end. It doesn't matter too much which you choose here, you get access to all of the 4 titles after the quest anyway, so just pick some answers that sound fun, or, correspond to your character, whatever you like. And once you've made your way through all the 5 questions, plus potentially the bonus extra one, this guardian will give you a nice shiny hat, which I'm sure is just what you wanted, and you can make your way into the next level of the tower. Go behind this statue and push it down so that Ariane can make a bridge with it. Actually, doing some pretty cool magic. Respect that. It's not a spell we have in our spellbook, so kudos. And we will head over that and down to the lower floor here, where you see a number of wisps seeming very similar to the one we encountered at the beginning of the quest, and Ariane wants you to get one into the circle so she can spend some time studying it. Same principle as earlier. If you attack it, it will be drawn towards you. And this is a little bit fiddly. See, I'm not actually doing a great job here, but if you just keep attacking it and running sort of backwards and forwards a little bit across the circle, then you should be able to keep it in one place long enough for Ariane to finish. Once she's done that, again, have a little bit of a chat to her. You can find out some more history about the old tower if you like. There's a lot of lore to be had in this quest if you want to take the time to go into it. But for the time being, you have more pressing matters in that the wizards are upstairs preparing an Icenic purge. We need to distract them, and this is where the organ comes into its own. We're going to go and play some very low notes, which will make Archmage Cedridor angry, but also distract him for long enough for Ariane to trigger some cutscenes of her doing some funky, cool-looking magical stuff. And eventually, if we keep playing and keep him distracted for long enough, yeah, there we go. Good skills by Ariane. Top-level adventuring right there. Yes, Archmage Cedridor getting very unimpressed with us, but anyway, we managed to delay it long enough for Ariane to do her thing. And the wizards, of course, are happy. They think that they've resolved the problem themselves, but we know better, having insider information. Once all these cutscenes resolve, you can head back outside the tower, via Archmage Cedridor. Head back outside the tower and find Ariane and talk to her to finish the quest. Once again, you can have more of a conversation with her about various elements of history, about the enchantment, about the magical tower, about other things that might be going on. But once you've finished going through the questions, either of these options is fine, and she will give you your reward, which, isn't much, but a few mind runes and a nice little burst of magic and runecrafting XP. And that is it. Thank you once again very much for watching. I will see you all for the next quest in the series.